So a few months ago, we launched the inaugural Independent Support Worker Awards, where we asked Mable clients to nominate a support worker who goes above and beyond. We've had hundreds of amazing applications, and we had such a tough job of choosing a winner from each state. We were blown away and inspired by many of the entries and learning about the amazing care independent support workers like you provide to their clients. I actually think I had the privilege of calling someone on the phone, and it was absolutely fantastic to hear about it then and there again and again. So to take us through the next session and introduce our amazing panelists, I'd love to invite Sally Godfrey, who's our Senior Marketing Manager here at Mable, to the stage. Now, a fun fact about Sally is she has a beast of a dog that could be mistaken for a small horse. She won't like me saying that, but it is a beast. And you'll note also in that photo there is Dr. Harry, who also, I believe, went to the house because of some developmental issues with the small horse. Without further ado, I'll hand you over to Sally.
Hello everybody, it's so lovely to be here. And just to give you a bit of story, he's not a small horse. He is a very beautiful boxer dog. And yes, he's slightly large and muscular, but he is very calm and docile, really. He did like to dig. He was a massive digger, and my friend works for Better Homes and Gardens, so it was quite funny that jokingly I said, you need to get Dr. Harry to come round. And next thing I know, the producer's calling me saying, Dr. Harry's in town, can we come and film? So hopefully none of you saw my rather embarrassing episode, but we were on Better Homes and Gardens, and unfortunately, he still digs. But we tried. Anyway, next slide, please. So, as Mark told you, this year we did our first ever Support Worker Awards, and we were blown away by the responses. It was just amazing. It's our first time of many, so don't worry. If you weren't recognised this year, there's still many, many opportunities. So our winners this year, we had the lovely Umair from WA. We had Carly from Victoria. Unfortunately, Carly is unwell. She was all booked to come and she's not able to be with us today. So very unfortunately, Carly can't be with us. Then we have Joe from Queensland, Danielle from South Australia, Debbie from New South Wales, who also isn't available to be here, but she had a really lovely nomination, and Tony from Tasmania. So I'm going to talk you through now why they were nominated. So next slide, please. So Umair was nominated by Nyari, who's Raymond's mum. So Umair is the kindest, most professional, dedicated support worker I could ever have working to support my son Raymond to live his best life. They are the same age, which makes their bond even more special. So I won't go through it all, you can all read it, but well done. Please come up to the stage, Umair. Well done. Have a seat. And next slide, please. So Joe from Queensland, Joe's kindness goes beyond expectations. From cooking meals to ensuring Carleen never misses an appointment, she's always there, stepping in whenever's needed. Thank you, Joe. Please come on up. Danielle from South Australia, always with a cheery smile. She arrives and does what needs to be done. No fuss, no asking. Caring, attentive and compassionate, and always alert for his safety. Thank you, Danielle. Please come on up. And finally, we have Tony from Tasmania. Tony is a fabulous support worker. She has made my life better. I now have routine care, which is what I needed. She is always eager to help in any way she can. I love her company because we always have a laugh and also talk a lot. So come on up, Tony. So we're just going to keep it really simple. Sorry, do you have the other mic? I'll give them this one. Okay. Let's just start really simple. If you could just introduce yourself, your name, where you're from, and how you got into support work. So.
I'm Umair Ali, and I'm based from Perth. And I started as a support worker on Mable because I had experience in back home country, Pakistan. So when I moved over here, I got opportunity to start on Mable platform, and started on Mable and got Raymond, and still working with Raymond. Thank you.
Nice. If you want to pass along to Joe. Joe, please tell us your story.
I'm Jo from Sunshine Coast, Queensland, and I got into aged care reluctantly. I did early childhood for 15 years when I was younger. I'd done a few other things in between, and I was looking for something. All my family was saying, you should do aged care. They all thought that that would be my strength. And one night I was scrolling, as I do, and an ad popped up, and I answered it. And I worked for Home Instead for a couple of years, and then after that I wanted to work for myself. And that was when I swapped to Mable. So, and haven't ever regretted it.
Never
It's
looked back.
No, it's been fabulous. Thank you.
If you want to pass on to Danielle.
Hello everyone, morning. I'm Danielle. I'm based in Adelaide, but before I used to work in Melbourne, where I lived for 2 years. So I work in Mable platform as a support worker around 4 years. So I love this platform.
Hi, my name is Tony. I'm from Tasmania, Devonport actually. So, how did I get into support work? Well, going back many, many years ago, I was raised by my grandparents. So, as they got older, I got older and I had to look after them. Then I started helping everyone else out in the community as just friends, you know. And then everyone was saying, Tony, you need to get out into the industry and do support work. So that's why I, you know, got out there, and I love what I do. Like, yeah, so.
Thank you. So we'll go back to the start again, Umair. Can you just tell us a bit about your relationship with Raymond, so the person who you were nominated the award for?
Actually, Raymond's mom, Nari's nominated me.
Yeah.
I'm working with Raymond like it's since nearly about 2 years, and Raymond is about my age fellow, so we have a very close bond. And Raymond's mom noted that it's really good impact on Raymond's life. Like, he really enjoys my company and I enjoy his company.
Yeah.
So actually, Nori is Raymond's mom.
Nice.
So who nominated me?
And what sort of things do you do together?
Like, I take him to his activities, appointments, like for physio, trampolining, swimming, sometimes liberty swing, and sometimes we go out for a walk.
Yes.
Yeah, with walker or with wheelchair as well.
Yeah.
So Raymond really enjoys my company.
That's really nice.
Yeah.
Cool.
Thank
And how
you.
about you, Joe? Please tell us about your relationship with your client as well.
My client, Carleen, is 89, and to be honest, we got off to a rocky start. What I've learnt, she's been my biggest teacher, is that if she's stressed, she gets very aggressive. So my second session, there was a mix-up in times. She was very stressed because nobody turned up, and when I turned up, I copped it. She ordered me off the property.
Oh, wow. How did you recover from that?
So I went, had a few tears, and I rang the other support worker, and she said, don't worry, don't take it personally. This is what she does. And now she tells me I'm her favourite and asks for me to do every shift. I've been with her 2.5 years. So it was learning, taking it slowly and just learning what she needed. Yeah, but we do a lot. I will take her out. I'm probably the only carer that she trusts to take out. I cook meals for her. I see what needs doing. And she's said to me that I make her feel safe, I make her feel cared for. So
That's so lovely.
So we have a friendship now, which
That's
is lovely.
really nice. Thank you, Joe. Danielle, how about you? Tell us about your relationship.
Maria who nominated me, and she's my wife client. Actually, I work with Pramo. He has a brain endurance, and he is really kind. And Maria, she looked at me. She really pay attention in all my actions, all my care about him. So I try to provide a good environment for him. I remind him to drink water. I made her meals and try to walk despite if he really doesn't like walk, but I try to stimulate walk because he needs. And yes, we have a really good relationship, and she see me as a good support worker. Yeah. And that I know that she likes me to work with her ex.
That's lovely. How do you encourage him to go for a walk? I'm interested. If he doesn't want to.
Hold my hand, no worries.
Yep.
If you want, I'm here. We go together, and that is. Nice. Try encouraging him. And yes, he really doesn't like, but he needs because walk is good for everyone. So yeah.
Nice. And Tony, please tell us more about your relationship with your client as well.
Okay, so I've had this participant since I've been on the Mable platform. Yep. I've gave her a routine with no stress. So with that, she can do a lot more than what she could in agencies. She never got to have the overnight bookings to go different places where she enjoys that because it's the only thing that she can do for a 75-year-old lady. Yeah. So I do a lot of those as well with her. I cook, clean, take her, shopping, go on outings to see her family. I interact with a lot of, I love all this stuff. Like, it's just, it's rewarding for me because I get to see them being happy, smiling, like everyone else, I guess. Yes, it's not that we can't go for a walk and that because she's, in a wheelchair sometimes, but we do a lot of stuff, laugh, joke, play card games.
Who doesn't love a game of cards, eh?
It's just I do a whole heap of stuff, personal care. She likes to see the same face all the time instead of having different people coming, which is a big thing, I think, for elderly especially, is that. Yeah. Other than that,
How have you built that routine? So she mentioned that as well. How did you build that routine with her?
So I go there on certain days every week. So I do the Monday and the Thursday. And so we do cleaning I get a house sorted and then we'll go do a shopping and then, so she has a routine of being able to get up, wait for me to be there and then we'll, I don't go and do what I want to do, I do it as she wants it, which makes a big thing, makes a big thing for her, I guess.
Yeah, so a kind of set pattern every shift.
Yeah, so every pattern we kind of do the same thing. So then, it makes her be in a routine and being available for overnight bookings because she doesn't get to go out and you know what it's like to be in your own home all the time. She likes to go to Cradle Mountain. So I only just recently come back from there. So
you went together?
Yeah, we went together on Wednesday and come back Friday morning.
Did you hike?
Yeah, so we had fun.
Good on you. That's
and then I come here, so it was like,
You've had a busy week. Oh, well, thank you very much. Let's pass back to you, Mayor. So here's a question for Joe. What is your longest support relationship with Mable and how have you made it so successful?
Well, it was what that I just talked about. I've been with her 2.5 years. How have I made it successful? I guess it's by really getting to know her and forming a friendship. Building trust in that relationship, and really taking the time to see what she needs and trying to meet those needs. Like last week, I installed a key safe for her because she never wanted the doors locked. She isn't very mobile, so she didn't want to be getting up and down to open the door for people. So even of a night time, the place was fully unlocked. And there's sort of a meth house down the road, and the carers were concerned for her safety. So I put it on the shopping list, somebody bought it, and then I took my drills along and installed it.
Oh, good for you. Adding in some handyman services.
Yes. Yeah. So, and, being aware of that they do have a limited budget, and what can I do to help the dollar go further, and to pay a handyman to do that, something that I could do while I'm there. So, yeah.
And you mentioned trust. Like, what sort of things did you do to try and help build that trust? What would you recommend?
Trust. Always showing up on time. Bar that first incident. Being reliable.
So really just showing up, that kind of consistency and just always being there really helps to build that trust. Yeah, that's great. Thank you.
People who sort of phone in at the last minute and say, oh, I can't make it, that they don't feel safe with that.
Yeah.
They need someone who's reliable.
And I'm sure you all do this, but as we always say, please give as much notice as you can if you can't make a shift, and really do help. That really helps to build that you're a reliable worker. Now, here's a question for Umair. What advice would you give someone who is starting in the industry?
To start in this industry, it's really good to know what's the client's need and what's the client's like. It's every clients have different needs and preferences, so it's really good to listen and understand what your client really needs and what mood swings the client's got and what activities he need. So it's very important, whenever anyone want to start in this industry, it's very good to understand and listen about your client. And then start working, build trust, and trust never happens overnight. So you have to be consistent, reliable in all those things, whatever you're providing and what the activities. So by including all these things, by understanding all those things, anyone can be successful in this journey. Yeah.
Anybody else? Any other advice for people starting out in the industry? Go on, Tony. Yeah? You have no? Danielle, advice for somebody starting out in the industry?
Just to add, the both of them said, I think we need to be honest. Honest, every action or every word that you say, that you said, that you are thinking, and it's a common job. It's a group job, because it's not about you and your client. It's about you, your client, and his or her responsible. It's a team. We need to be honest with your team. Yeah.
Thank you.
Can I just add?
Yes, Joe, go for it.
I think a big thing for me was doing some formal training, so doing my Cert 3 in aged care. That really gave me a foundation to work from. So while it's common sense and practical, it's also good to have a different understanding from a different perspective. So.
Thanks, Sherry. And you can do, if you do have a certificate 3 on Mable, then you are able to offer additional services. So we always do recommend that it's a good pathway to take. And we do have links to a lot of registered training organisations that we have special relationships with on the Mable platform, so we can also share that with you as well. For people in New South Wales as well, we do also have a special course for TAFE New South Wales, which we can send out more details as well, where you can use your hours on the Mable platform to do 120 hours to work towards that qualification as well. We're trying with other states. At the moment it's only New South Wales, but we're definitely having a lot of meetings with other states to bring that to more states as well, because we know it's a bit frustrating for some people that it's just New South Wales. Okay, next question is, what's the most important thing you need to do to create a successful support relationship? And Joe, as you have the mic, I might leave that one with you. So creating a successful support relationship, what do you think?
I'm just going to look at my notes.
Of course, very welcome to.
It's a lasting relationship. I found that these overlap. To observe and listen on a day-to-day basis, because every day is different. Your client's behaviour will actually guide you as to what's required on a day-to-day basis. Do you need to come in strong and support them in that way? Do you need to be slow? Do you need to be calming for them, nurturing? Do you need to talk? Do you just need to listen? So whatever they're presenting on that day, I think the worst thing that we can do is be a robotic carer who's just going in and ticking boxes. We're not there for that. We're there to support them. Our older people especially are very vulnerable.
Can you move your mic up a little bit? Sorry.
As I'm getting older myself, I know what it's like to not have the same strength and the same mobility that you do when you're 20, 40. So to be able to acknowledge that and understand where they're coming from and support them for whatever they need at that time.
Yeah, thank you. And Danielle, how about you? What do you find is the most important thing?
I think I told you about the key point for me, be honest, but hearing her, I remember another point is see the time to silence as well, because sometimes we want to talk too much, and we need to be quiet and just listen what they want, what they need, and what they try, what the way they try to say, help me.
Yeah, no, go for it. And you know, not all communication is verbal, so it's very good that a lot of communication can just be observing. But carry on, sorry.
So mine would be communication's one big key. Listening to their needs and wants is another, and giving them choice and control over their life. Like that's one big thing for me. I don't, I go in there and I listen, sit down, discuss with them what they want done. At the beginning to know how to get it into a routine, I guess, to follow by what they want. That's me though, compared to anybody else. So
yeah,
thank you. I think respect goes a long way too. Being reliable. There's a lot to it all.
Yeah, respect and reliability, good ones. Yeah. So now we're going to move on to professional boundaries, because we know that's a question that we get asked a lot. It's how do you maintain professional boundaries? It can be very difficult to do this. So Danielle, I think I had you down for this question. Professional boundaries. Do you want to take that one?
I think she started to talk about it. I think we need to put a limit.
Yeah.
You are working at them house. You can think that, okay, we are like a friend, we are like a family. Yeah, you could be, but they are paying you. So you need to put a limit how you can talk to them, how you can express your feelings. So this limit is a key to avoid different situation and bad situation. Yeah.
Does anyone else have any other advice about professional boundaries?
I think I don't need that.
For the live stream, you do need to have it.
Okay.
I can hold it.
That's okay. I think treat people the way that you want to be treated. If you was one of those, that's a big one. Yeah, I do think that.
Anybody else? Any other advice? Yeah.
To maintain the professional boundaries, like when we are working with someone, like it's our friendly bond with that person, it's really good, but we have to put the limits on how to talk, how to behave, and to set all those things. It's really important.
Yeah.
To check all those things, because definitely when we are working, that's our workplace. So it's really important to sort it out according to the situation and manage all those things.
Yeah. Okay, so kind of having an open conversation, like when you say sort it out.
Open conversation, you have to listen them and then respond accordingly. And if someone, like my client, if he's asking something, I know what to do and what not to do.
Yeah.
So like if in the morning he's asking for ice cream, so we don't need to give him ice cream.
Yeah.
So I know how to tackle them, and I have to ask him clear, no, it's morning, you can't have ice cream. So you have to set limits. Yeah.
I think you also mentioned something in your answer as well before about it's about also maintaining your own emotions. Could you tell us a bit more about that as well?
Sometimes if Raymond is sick, he's asking to go out. If it's windy, so I want to go outside, but Raymond don't need to go outside.
Yeah.
So we have to take care of that situation. Yeah.
Thank you, Umair. Now, Carly, who couldn't come here, she wrote something so beautiful that I did actually wanted to read out about professional boundaries. I thought it was really nice. I maintain professional boundaries by being upfront and consistent about what I can and can't do, while still showing genuine care and empathy. A big part of this is learning to say no respectfully and without guilt. And I think that was the part that really resonated. It's without the guilt. Like, there is a level of what you can do, and it's not about giving everything all the time. So I did want to say that. And, sometimes because you care so deeply, you can sometimes create unhealthy expectations. So it is about trying not to blur that line between the professional and a friendship, etc., and just being clear in boundaries. Like, that's the advice that we would always give as well. The next question I'm going to ask, about training. Like, we've briefly mentioned it, but is there any other qualifications or training that you found useful in your support career? This question is going to go to, I have Danielle down for this one. So Danielle, why don't you tell us more about the training that you've done that you found useful?
I have done different but basic training, online training, like self-care, like food safe, like personal hygienic care, or fundamental for support. I think all of them is in Mable platform. And extra, I have done first aid. Is crucial for us because we need to pay attention every conditional different of our client can present for us. We need to see and immediately manage what we need to do. Yeah.
So first aid gave you that a bit more confidence going into those situations. Yeah, I mean, it's always useful to have that extra. We also have some discounts on first aid courses. It's as if I asked her to say it. I didn't. But you can also find that in the Mable accredited training section of the website, which we can also send out the links to you. We are almost at time, but I'm just going to ask a few more questions. How do you keep on top of business admin? Joe, what can you tell us about your business admin?
Mostly, I will do it at the end of my working day. So when I get home, I sit down, I make myself a cup of tea, and I log my hours in. When I'm not so good, it might be a week, and then it's harder to do. So I try and do it at the end of each working day.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that is our strong advice as well. Try and do it when it's really timely in your head, just straight after a support session or within that day, so that you can remember when you're writing your support notes, you can remember what you've done, you can, because support notes are so important, like people use them to work towards their NDIS goals, or so their coordinator can see what's been happening. So the quicker you can do them, the better. So
The better.
Danielle, why don't you jump in? Oh, Tony, yes, please.
I think also when you're working with a participant, you pinpoint, like I have a diary on my phone and it has a little, notes or something, and I pinpoint things. So I write down little things as I'm going through the day.
Yep.
So then when I do finish my shift, I, go back to that, and then I just have to fill it all in.
Great.
Because I already know, some of it.
Yeah.
I find that useful.
Good tip. Yeah, Umair, any advice?
It's a good thing, like when you finish your day, when you finish your shift, at the end of the shift, you can take time and fill out all those things, whatever you have done and what the other person need to do.
Yeah.
It's really important to finish at the end of the time. Yeah.
And how do you guys keep on top of industry changes? Because obviously we're going through a lot of change at the moment, so how do you keep informed? How do you keep up to date?
The things like, it's really good thing, like as you discussed, you are providing some courses, and we have to get the certificates, get those courses, to get all those information that we need in this industry. It's really important. It's really a good thing to do all those courses. Yeah.
Joe, any advice? How you keep on top of the industry?
I think there's a bit of a grapevine that happens, so talking with other carers and the client's representative, that they sort of get the information. Like one of my clients' daughter has just told me she's been contacted by her provider, and I need to update my first aid, so things like that.
Yeah. Danielle?
I used to read the Mable news on email.
Newsletter. Yes. Another plug. Thanks
Mable
very much.
news on they send us through email, so I used to read the link, whatever, and NDIS as well.
Yeah,
both of them.
Yeah, that's okay. Yeah, social media. Thank you, Sandy. Yes.
Facebook tells me a lot when you're on the NDIS pages and stuff like that. I find, a lot of that's helpful and useful. And the platform. Yeah, there's a lot on there.
Yeah.
Just tell us a lot.
So that was Facebook NDIS groups as well. Yeah. And we do our best to try and keep you informed, so you don't need to stress too much about regulatory issues. That's what we do for you. Final question, what's your future plans for your support work business? Yep, we'll go down the line. You can all answer this one.
At this moment, I don't have any plans for my business.
Yeah.
So, I'm still working with Royman, and I have planned to work long term with Royman because he's a really good guy. He has a good sense of humor. He's very good guy. Good manners. So I want to work with him a long time further on.
That's lovely. Thank you. Joe, how about you?
Like you, I don't have any major plans other than to update my first aid. I have 3 clients that give me about 26 hours a week, so that's...
Happy as you are.
Happy as I am.
Nice. That's good, and that's the good thing about the flexibility, that you choose the hours that you want to do and how many clients you want to have. So All good.
I'm studying, so I want to take my nursing support worker and to try improve my skills
Yeah.
and help more and more other kind of clients.
Yeah, beautiful. How many years are you through your course? How much longer to go?
2 years.
So you've done 2 years?
No. I still study, but
Yeah.
I will done in end of this year. I think so.
So almost there. So you're doing your
almost
studying
there.
and working through Mable.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's great.
Yeah.
Cool. Tony?
Okay, so I'm just going to stay on the Mable platform because I find it a lot easier for me as I have a ASD level 3 son myself, and that's challenging for me at home. So I find that you guys do go above and beyond to help us out as well. So I'm just going to stay. Yeah, I'm sticking on there.
Perfect. That's good. And it's all about personal choice. You can do what you want to do. So thank you very much for listening and thank you for giving us your answers. It's lovely to have you here.